Welcome to Half Hour of Horror, presented by Love Horror, the podcast that reviews the films we missed the first time round, all within half an hour, or thereabouts.
Or thereabouts, yes, please.
Thereabouts.
Thank you for that caveat.
Well, we try. I'm Tom Atkinson, and on my left, I'm joined by...
Alex Humphrey, hello.
Alex Humphrey. It's Alex
hello.
Humphrey.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It's our Christmas special, or at least it's as close as it's going to get. Are your presents all wrapped and under the tree? Are you ready for festive season?
Some of them presents are wrapped. Some of them are ready. Yeah, everything's up. Decoration. Not here in this stark white cell that I live in, but in the other rooms of this house, it's very Christmassy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready. How about you? I can see some lights behind you there. I can see you're getting ready.
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
The rest of the house is just crazy. But I thought for the sake of the podcast, I would actually make a real effort with the background this time, because you usually put me to shame. So I've got the Christmas
we've
jumper
gone the other
on.
way around now. Yeah, now I'm just in the stark white room, and
who knows what happened in the next one. So I love your Christmas jumper, by the way. That's Michael Myers.
Hey, I mean, I don't want to skip to tributes, but yes, this is my tribute.
Oh, okay.
I'm wearing.
All right. Should we do tributes before I do an introduction?
Well, what are we here to talk about? What are we here to talk about?
Today we're looking at Krampus, the horror comedy created by Michael Dougherty in 2015. Obviously, it wasn't just him and his fellow writers that he's worked with on a few projects and things. So when Krampus landed in cinemas in 2015, quietly upended the cozy traditions of Christmas horror Christmas films, Christmas time films.
True.
Directed and co-written by Dougherty, fresh from the cult success of Trick or Treat, the film transports ancient Central European folklore into a suburban holiday nightmare. And you're going to have to talk about the folklore aspect in a minute, Al, because I know you're a specialist on Krampus. Well, in my mind, you are. Trading tinsel and carols for horns and chains. At the heart of the chaos is young MJ Anthony as Max, the skeptical child whose loss of festive spirit triggers a descent into horror. Around him, the cast includes Toni Collette, fabulous actress who's been in a ton of stuff. There are lots of good horror films as well. As the mother Sarah, Adam Scott as the father Tom, and Stefania Levy Owen as his sister Beth, each pulled reluctantly into a domestic war zone when the monstrous titular figure shows up at their door. Chimney.
I like that.
Financially, Krampus delivered more than just a seasonal scare. It was produced it was
quite a big hit,
15 million. Yeah, 15 million is what it cost. And it grossed about 61 and a half. And even got nominations for Best Horror Film at the Empire Awards and the Saturns as well. So it's it was kind of highly thought of then. I think it's gone on to be more highly thought of now. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that people didn't really. It's one of those horror films that kind of crossed over, didn't it? It was one of those horror films that it was talked about by mainstream media, mainstream film reviewers. It wasn't just a horror film because it had, like you say, the cast has got some kind of comedy actors in it. It's got Toni Collette in it, and it just, I think it just captured people. It just got people because it is a bit different. It's a bit interesting, and I think it was people weren't expecting something like that, and it just kind of shook people up a little bit in a really good way. And that's why we're talking about it. And I cannot believe we didn't review it. But then again, I can a little bit because I didn't see this when it came out. I saw it maybe a couple of years after. I completely passed me by, I think. So
maybe the PR company that was promoting it got on our nerves. We refused to review it, and then we also abstained from watching it as a protest. Do you think that's possible?
I will tell you something about me. If a film gets too overhyped, I sometimes avoid it a little bit because I think when you can get films coming out and then they're so overhyped, and I think with Krampus it really did. People did really go on about it. A lot of people went on about it, and I may be a little bit like, I don't know about that. Maybe I'll leave it. But then that said, we both do love Mike Dougherty. We love Trick or Treat. That's up there, isn't
Halloween
it? It's always
tradition.
in our list of best Halloween films. You watch it every Halloween, exactly. So I probably should have checked it out. So but I did see it after.
It's funny you should.
But it was nice. It was nice
Sorry.
to revisit it because I hadn't seen it for quite a long while, and I'd forgotten quite a bit about it. Really.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that actually, because I watched it, I think, a bit after, again, delayed viewing after the release. But when I watched it, when I first watched it, I wasn't that impressed because I think, again, I think it was a hype-related thing, exactly like what you're saying. Probably a trailer that gave too much away, and I just felt like I already knew what was going to happen, and then the film played out a lot. It is quite a predictable film. There are a few twists, but so I think for me, it didn't really get its claws. It didn't get its Krampus claws into my brain and stick with me like that. But I'm happy to say I think my views have changed a little bit, but that'll probably come out as we talk about this.
Interesting.
But, so tributes. Let's talk about tributes before we dive in.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing
What's
these
yours?
horns. I've got these horns on. For
Krampus horns. Yep.
Krampus horns. Yeah, with little ears.
I love the Krampus horns.
But yeah, this is my real tribute. This is my Christmas jumper. I mean, it's a
Freddie
sweatshirt.
as well.
It's not knitted. It's got
and Jason.
It's got the glove.
Wait, is that
on
Jason as well?
Yeah.
Can I see hockey masks? Is there
hockey masks?
God, it's got all of them.
It's got knives. Got everyone on it. Yeah, it's a pretty good jumper. This little kind of it's even got little snowflakes on the arms. So it's not a jumper. It's a sweatshirt, but it's a horror Christmas jumper.
Icon,
I also
Christmas
have a
jumper.
Gremlins horror Christmas jumper as well.
Well, it's funny you should mention Gremlins because my tribute, very small and simple, but it's one of my favorite Christmas tree decorations. Can you see? So for the people at home who can't see this, it's a gizmo in a stocking Christmas tree decoration that always sits on our tree. And I was going to try and find a way to wear it for this podcast, but
dangle it off your mic.
It's not going to work.
No?
Could probably make an irritating rattling noise. I was going to maybe do it. I could probably it won't even fit. It won't even fit around my Santa hat bauble thing, whatever you call it, ball.
Your bauble.
My bauble.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one.
It's good. He's here with me.
He's
talking about the film. So, do we usually start the timer before you do the full synopsis? Al,
I thought intro. Yeah, I mean, hey folks, we are still trying to work this one out. We're 4 in, aren't we? This number 4.
Yeah. This is episode 4.
This is a real episode 4 because we don't really count that -1 or that 0 episode where we just talk about the real episode 4. So we've done it. We've broken our record of 3 podcasts. We've got to number 4. Yeah. Phew.
We've succeeded where so many others have failed.
Well, we failed, where we failed ourselves. Well done us, yeah.
And well done to everyone listening who's still here.
Yeah, thank you.
Listening to us on this journey.
That's very true. I think now we start the timer and then I'll do a synopsis because that's within. Yeah, and I mean, as we say, we should probably always say there'll probably be spoilers. We're going to talk about the whole film, so you can maybe listen to the synopsis that doesn't have any spoilers in it. But if you haven't seen Krampus, go watch it and then come back again. That's always a good thing to do.
It's a really good bit of advice.
I think that's a good one. Come back. You have a bit more. Yeah, exactly. But
well, before I start the timer,
I was going to say, what's the noise?
So
the noise.
Earlier this week, I had a visitor, Krampus, popped in. He because tonight is not Krampusnacht. It's after Krampusnacht. No. He came over on Krampusnacht, which is my German pronunciation's terrible, I'm sure. Yeah. The 5th of December, he popped over, and I just got him to record a quick thing on the mic. So when the timer runs out, we're going to hear this.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
So there we go.
Whoa.
Krampus
that does
himself.
Sound like Krampus.
So listen
that
out
does
for
sound
that.
like Krampus. Yeah.
Listen out for that, and we'll know that our time's up.
Yeah.
So you just let me know when you're ready and when you're steady, and we'll jump on this festive.
Okay, I'll have another sip. Let me have a little sip from my.
Have another sip. I'm going to be sipping a lot. I've got a bit of a tickle. Apologies if I start coughing mid.
Okay, right.
Recording.
I'm ready. Start the clock.
Go.
Okay, so here's my synopsis. Max used to love Christmas, but in the run-up to the festive season, it seems that everything around him has been falling apart. His teenage sister ignores him, his parents are on the verge of splitting up, and his awful aunt and uncle and their nasty hick kids are on the way to spend and spoil the holidays in his home. The only person who seems to understand his sadness is his grandma, Omi, who reminds him that the true spirit of Christmas is giving and sacrifice, something she learnt growing up during World War II in a small village in Europe. Having written to old St. Nick to ask him to fix the failings of his family, an incident at the dinner table with his cruel cousins proves to be the final straw, and Max yells at everyone that he hates them and Christmas and rips up his letter to Santa. That night, a blizzard moves in, cutting off the power and all communication in the area, and strange snowmen suddenly appear in Max's garden. Things go from bad to worse when his sister heads out into the snow to see her boyfriend, but instead encounters Santa Claus's dark doppelganger, Krampus, a monster of ancient European folklore that comes to town when you're on the naughty list. The hoe-footed, horned-headed man-beast and its army of twisted fairy tale toys has been called to collect Max and his kin, and there is nothing they can do about it. Ooh, there you go. So that's my synopsis. There you go.
Set the scene. It's beautiful.
Thank
Thing
you.
of beauty.
Yeah, thank you.
I would say.
But it's that synopsis, probably like the trailer for Krampus, does ruin the film a little bit because the opening isn't actually any of that, is it? The opening, which is one of the things I like about this film, the opening of this film for the first maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it is very much like a kind of holiday comedy, isn't it?
Yes. Reminded me of
really
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Did it remind you of that?
Yeah, definitely. Like you get these really cool like Frozen, Universal and Legendary logos, but then you have this brilliant kind of slow-mo like montage of a shopping mall on Black Friday, and there's like kids crying and people being tasered and the Santa looking really, the people like, there's a Santa, isn't there, a mall Santa, and there's people looking depressed at the tills giving all this money over, and the shop's called Mucho Mart. And then you get there's a nativity going on with the main character Max like beating the hell out of another kid in the play, and it's all like really, really slow-mo and all over this kind of like Christmas music over the top. And it's really, I think if you didn't know what this film was, you would just watch that and think, oh, it's like a horror. It's like you would know it's horror. You would just think it was on a Christmas comedy movie. Like, 100%. From that point, you can see how it's going to be. Oh, they all hate Christmas, but then they learn the real spirit of the season. But and I like that. I like that opening. I think it's a good opening. I think it does. It sets the comedy. It's quite a dark comedy. This film. It's kind of a bit edgy. I mean, it's not,
like you said, that opening is like a bold statement about commercialization and stuff. If you want to really read into it, how we've all lost the true meaning of Christmas, and we're all just all about consumerism and all that stuff instead. So, and I guess that's at the heart of why Krampus comes back, isn't it? Ultimately,
yeah. And also, I think it's also interesting because later on, jumping ahead a little bit, when you see that when Omi tells the story about Krampus and about the real about her experience from her village, it's all animated, but there are echoes of this opening within that, because there's people fighting over food, there's kind of like it's people taking and not giving, it's people being like arguing in their homes and stuff like that. So I think it's quite it's a good beginning. It kind of sets out the tone for the comedy of this, which is a bit dark, a bit nasty, a bit kind of definitely a bit of a satire, I would say, on kind of Christmas movies, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really funny film for that. Actually, it does really straddle that line of comedy and horror. Like, and it doesn't. There are no real laugh out loud moments, but there is just a kind of like a tongue in cheek kind of all the way through it.
Yeah.
Like even
there's some
when
quite good
in the
lines, I
darkest
think,
parts.
in it. Yeah, and then obviously, like moving on from that, the next big thing that happens is that you get there's like you say, there's Max and his sister and his mum and dad, and then you have his aunt and uncle and their kids, and they're much more like, as I said in my little thing, they're kind of hicks. They're from the country. They turn up in a massive RV. The dad, who's played by the guy out of Anchorman, isn't it? It's the sports guy, the Texan guy.
Yeah. I love him though. He's in a few
really
good
funny.
films, isn't he? Will Ferrell films. It's David Kickner. David Kickner.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he's really funny, and And then and they've got these like the kids, like there's two sisters who are like real tomboys, and then there's the son that just doesn't talk. He's just like a mute, just doesn't even speak. And then have a little
That just
baby.
really reminded me of National. When was the last time you watched National
it was
Lampoon's Christmas
a long
Vacation?
time ago, but I know what you mean.
The
It is that
characters
kind
are
of
so
vibe,
similar. Like they must have. It does. It feels like Dougherty and his friends that wrote this did just borrow loads from your classic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Even like it's Home Alone-y. There were a bit aspects of it, a bit Home
definitely.
Alone.
No, definitely
bit,
Home Alone. Yeah, definitely.
National Lampoons, but
yeah, and then they're all they're all awful, and they kind of make it all horrible, and there's all this stuff about like he's like, why are they even here? And the dad's like, oh, family is people you try to be friends with even though you don't have a lot in common. And it's like all this stuff's building in this beginning, and it is like it isn't really, like I say, there's not really any horror elements at this point at all. It is just feels like a kind of comedy, Christmas comedy, isn't it?
Totally.
Apart from, I guess, the only horror element you've got is the Omi character, the kind of grandma that I'm assuming she's supposed to be Austrian, because Krampus is an Austrian tradition, isn't it? Austrian and German. I think.
You tell me, you're the Krampus expert.
Well, I believe that's where it started, but there's a few, isn't it? I mean, it's not just Krampus, because there's things like I think it's Black Peter. That's another one, which is he's the one who comes. So Santa comes along, and then there's Black Peter comes along if you've been naughty, as it were.
Right.
So Santa's going along bringing presents, and I think Black Peter's coming along, and he's getting kids and putting them in sacks and just taking them off. I think that's his thing. That's another European one. Yeah, I think that's another one that they have. But yeah, the Krampus, as you say, there's that kind of festival they have where in Austria the people dress up and like with all the hooves and stuff like that. And I think it's again, I think one of the things I like about this film is it's taking, we've done a lot of film reviews on the website, and like we're both big fans of kind of pagan horror, especially like British pagan horrors, things like Wicker Man, and that kind of pagan horror in England's a real tradition, and you don't really get pagan films in America. They don't really have a pagan culture, because obviously that would be the native people's culture. That would be maybe if you had like from those tribal communities have pagan cultures, but you don't really get it the way we have it. I guess the nearest you get to it is a kind of witch films with witches, like Salem witch trial things. They're a bit pagan, but Krampus is a real pagan celebration, a real pagan deity, this kind of ancient European god that's kind of that people worshipped in these dark times. And I think what makes this film, gives this film a bit of elevation above other Christmas horrors, is that it's taking something like a European kind of folklore and legend and horror and kind of slamming it into this kind of very Hollywood American kind of family Christmas movie construct. And I think that's what it's got as an edge, definitely. Well,
the funny thing is that did you hear how the whole idea popped into Dougherty's brain? So I think he'd been thinking about doing a Christmas horror for a long time, because he obviously had Trick or Treat sorted. I think he wanted one for all the holidays, probably. That's probably on his checklist there. So he'd been thinking, Christmas horror. And it was way back, I think in like 2011 or something, a friend sent him in the old, the sort of early-ish days of the internet where people sent e-cards to people.
Oh, yeah.
So one of his friends sent him an e-card for Christmas, but it was like a Krampus card. Oh. And I think like the figure that was in the e-card just struck him. He sort of immediately fell in love with how this character looked. And then he just thought, wow, that's the idea. That's what I've got to use for a Christmas horror.
Yeah.
And then obviously just by having this Austrian, German, European grandmother in it, you do then give yourself the excuse to, like you said, transplant something that wouldn't normally be possible into an American film, tweak it a bit so it's actually Christmas Eve rather than Krampus Nacht. So they played a little bit with the timing of it all, but ultimately, a good effect though.
Yeah, definitely. I think it works, and like I say, with my synopsis, you've got this. He wants to believe, but he's lost his faith in Santa, and he's lost his faith in his family and in everything. And he kind of he has this his cousins kind of tease him, don't they? But then the irony of that is he actually was wishing for everyone to be happy. Like he was even wishing for like their family to have more money because they're hard up, and he wants them to be happy. But it's just too much, and he tears his letter up, and then it kind of blows out the window, doesn't it? And then it's that you see, this is when the film kind of, like I say, about 20 minutes in, the film then has this turn. You get this blizzard comes in.
Totally.
And
happens
like
fast,
he looks out the
doesn't it?
window. Yeah, it does happen. He looks out the window, and the snowmen are really good. They are really creepy. There's not much to
nasty.
them. You can't really say why they're creepy, but they are just a bit weird. And that's kind of another thing. I think that the creature design in this and the invention of the, because as it goes on, you've not just got Krampus, you've got a whole load of other monsters in this, which you wouldn't really expect. You'd think, oh, it's about Krampus, it's just going to be Krampus is the main figure. But you get all these other kind of elements to it that really heighten it as a horror film.
Totally.
And the fact that,
and all
they're
practical
in this blizzard,
effects.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they look really good.
It's
a lot of them look really good.
Weta Workshop.
Is
is
it?
that how you pronounce
Oh,
Weta?
yeah, the Lord of the
so
Rings
it's the
guys,
famous. Yeah, they did Lord of the Rings and tons of other. But I mean, it was a very early plan with this whole project to use as little kind of CGI as possible and stuff, and make it all practical effects and things. So
that's good.
Yeah, so that's why. Like you said, it's just those nice little subtle twists and like the snowmen with their little slightly evil looking smiles and things.
I think all like the blizzard stuff looks really good. Like when the sister goes out and like it's like all the houses look abandoned and everything's like, even some of the houses when they go inside them, the frost and all the snow, it's come inside. So the houses are all destroyed, but everything's frozen inside. That looks really good. And that, I mean, I think that when she first sees Krampus and it's on the roof, and just the kind of weight of it, and I think the sound design's really good. Like it's kind of chains, isn't it? Hooves and chains, and it's horrible breathing, and because she hides under the truck, and they do really well to not show you too much in the first moments, which is, I mean, and then from that point, like you say, it happens quick, but then from now you're kind of into, I do agree, quite a standard horror film now, but you are into the horror, which I think is like, now you kind of know where you are. It's now, this is what it's about, this is what's going to happen, kind of thing.
And I think that was probably where I had issue with it when I first saw it. And I think just fresh off the back of that that bit of early propaganda for it and stuff. What I saw was something that was stealing a bit from Home Alone and stuff, and then just giving us then a bit of a generic horror film after that. But
I think this section from I think you got a really good opening. That first introduction to Krampus is really good. I think now when you're in from this section where they're kind of the two dads go out to look for Beth, and then they kind of they have a run in with, it's something under the snow, isn't it? There's some you never see what that even is.
I was going to say that that's a really good thing. It's like snow being used as a device. It's like the not only is it just like a really good thing for like isolating them, cutting them off from all the comfort and the safety and each other and stuff, and starting off the sort of different storylines because they're all far apart and can't quite reach each other or communicate. But then underneath you've got things hiding in the snow as well that you're not really sure what they are, but just like pull people out and whisk them away and you don't know where they're going.
But that first initial when they go out and you're still in the section of like the parents are trying to hide it from the kids, and like that bit does feel quite generic, and like they're looking for they're looking for the Beth, for the sister, and they don't really find her, and like that bit isn't so good. I think it kind of it kicks up again when you get the story that Omi tells, like the story of her childhood. I think it's really well done. It's really nicely animated, and like I say, it seems to be maybe like it's some European village around World War II or after World War II, and it's like I say, she tells the story that it's that she did the same thing as Max, that she kind of like didn't believe in Christmas anymore. She kind of like she wanted her family to go away and for everything to go away, and then because of that, the dark Father Christmas turned up, Krampus turned up to kind of remind you of like, a reminder of what happens when hope is lost, when belief is forgotten, and the Christmas spirit dies. So that's kind of it. So yeah, you see him in that. You see him trying to take her whole family away, but then leave her alive with the bell. That really cool. I love that bell. It's a really cool little. I'd quite like one of them.
Yeah, they're really cool. Yeah, do you think they had those as like merch when the film came out? I don't remember
Yeah,
it,
it
but I
looks
wish
really
they
great.
had.
It's like
That
a
would have been
black
really
bell
cool.
with like the Krampus thing on it. Yeah, it looks really good. I really like
Totally,
that.
yeah.
So yeah, and then so then I like that bit, and then like I say, I think then the next bit that is really good. So the next bit that really works is when you get all the kind of attack on the house, which is where you have these. It's a ton of stuff, isn't it? There's like evil
It's like
gingerbread
a home
men.
invasion element, isn't it?
Yeah. So you have the kind of evil gingerbread men who are very funny, and like they're almost like out of Shrek, aren't they? They're
Quite
like
cute.
these ridiculous.
Yeah,
Kind of quite cute, quite funny. Like, do you know the voices are for the evil gingerbread men?
Yes. Is Seth Green one of them?
One of them, Seth
Is it
Green.
Yeah.
One of them's
and then there's
Justin
someone
Rowland.
from Rick and Morty. Is he the Rick and
the
Morty
creator?
guy? Yep.
Yeah, the creator of Rick and Morty. And another person is from the Brian Burns, which he's someone from the Trick and Treat art department, basically. So,
okay.
I mean, you
I
wouldn't
wasn't
know,
sure about him. He
but-
was the one I wasn't sure about. But
yeah,
that's
he's
pretty
just
cool.
but yeah. So you've got the uncle is fighting these gingerbread men, which is kind of funny. It's almost very like it's very like Army of Darkness, isn't it? It's like when Ash is fighting the little mini versions.
As well.
Yeah, that's funny. But then meanwhile upstairs, the rest of the adults are fighting these I mean, the monsters in this
way
are horrible.
worse.
That Jack in the
terrifying.
Box thing is really terrifying. Like it's so
It's
horrible.
the jaw, isn't it? It's got that sort of jaw that sort of it's because it's like a big anaconda, isn't it? Like swallows
it's like
the
swallowing
kid
it
down.
swallows the two sisters, doesn't it? Oh, that's horrible. And then there's this kind of like a bird doll hybrid thing, which is quite creepy.
Yeah.
There's a kind of killer teddy bear as well, which he's kind of in between, isn't he? He's kind of cute. I don't mind him.
Yeah.
So like that, I think that whole attack really works. I think that scene is really well done. It goes a bit further than you think. Again, like I hadn't remembered any of those creatures, and I think the design of them is really good. Like it's a lot kind of scarier than I thought it was going to be. Like, I liked
definitely
that bit a lot.
that is where it sort of sets itself. Because I feel this film all the way through, it feels like it struggled a little bit because you could tell they probably wanted it to be made for younger audiences. I think in the US it was a PG-13. I think it got a 15 rating over here. Yeah.
God.
So I think in America they really wanted it to, be more of a kind of family film, but with a bit of parental guidance, and in fact they cut like quite a lot of stuff out of it, particularly bad language and stuff, to really try and meet that bar.
Yeah,
but it didn't matter in the UK, but they did later on release a extended version through Shout Factory that had like 4 minutes more stuff, but mainly it was like swearing and stuff. So. Not anything particularly important, but yeah. So all the way through, it feels like it's almost like a kids' film. But like you say, that attic part, that's where it's actually quite dark, and like you're a bit like, oh, hold on, this isn't just like one of those kid films where the bad guys come in, they beat them all off, and then they're like, oh yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah,
they're actually one of the kids goes like straight off.
Well, yeah. So I mean, at this point, so you've got his sister's been kidnapped, the mute cousin's gone, one of the two twin toy the kind of tomboy girls has been taken as well. Like doesn't the baby gets kidnapped as well, I think?
Soon after the attic scene, that's when
so a lot has happened.
Window,
like a lot of people have kind of been bumped off, and not in a horror movie way of like, oh, they were bad, so it doesn't matter. Like there's nothing really. I mean, it's kids as well. It's not really. Yeah, this is why I kind of think it's shocking if they thought it'd be a family movie. It's not. It's not that. And then obviously, then I think then their only plan is basically to like escape, isn't it? Escape the town. But they leave. Omi like stays behind, and she faces off against Krampus, doesn't she? And that's, I quite like that. Like you see, that's the kind of first time you see his face, I think, in that bit. And
it's horrible. He's got a big tongue, hasn't he? It's like.
Well, did you read as well what like they said about how he looks, that what is said is that isn't his face. That's him wearing
Oh, right. It's like a
mask
mask.
of a person. Yeah. So what looks
Because
like
he's
an
got
old
like
man's
goat eyes,
face.
doesn't he? His eyes look like
that
goat's
isn't.
eyes. He's got
that isn't.
yeah.
It isn't his face. It's that he's got like it's a kind of leather face thing. He's got someone's face on his face, which makes it even
Santa's
horrible. He's
face.
got horrible like tongue. He's got this horrible tongue and everything. And that I think that's like that's really really well done. The design of him as a character, I think, is really well done. I think it looks, because I mean most traditional Krampuses, it's like a goat person, isn't it? Really, it's like it mainly looks like kind of what you think of the devil to look like. It's kind of a black-haired goat person thing, really. But they go really far with this, with the bells and the chains and the big red coat, and I think the design is really good, really, really.
I love
good.
how when he comes down a chimney, it blows out the brickwork and stuff. Like you get the big crack all the way down, and like the whole fireplace like gets like distorted. So when they go into the other houses where he's already been, like you can see that he's been there because like the fireplace is all like exploded
that's really
out.
good.
And they think it's because of like a gas explosion or something, but it's just him like squeezing his way down or whatever. So nice touch.
And then basically the rest of the everyone gets bumped off at this point. The parents all get sucked under the snow, don't they? And it ends up with just Max and one of his cousins, and that's when she gets taken. Then that's when you see Krampus.
Yeah, and you think surely they're going to get away at this point, right? At least Max and the cousin, you think they're going to do it, right?
They'll escape, but no. And then you see I really like the sleigh with the Yule goats. They're really cool as well. With the kind of
that's very like
faces.
pagan. You were saying about all that pagan influence and stuff. That scene there
definitely.
where you see the sleigh and stuff.
Yeah,
like, that's
and the
pure
elves.
pagan imagery, like just really
definitely.
dark, really like and that goes a lot more back to the sort of trick or treat kind of design and stuff as well. It's brilliant.
Definitely. Yeah, and the elves as well, because they just look like people with kind of masks on and wearing rags. They're not really, again, they're not designed. They could be kind of anything underneath, which again is a bit more scary because you don't really know what you're looking at.
Totally.
Like it's and then he opens this kind of portal to hell, doesn't he? Like just appears. And the whole thing. So like you say, it's kind of, it feels like there should be some confrontation, but you're not really sure where it's going. And then he kind of
what's
says,
he going to do? What is this kid going to do to save the day? You know,
how's he going to defeat this thing? And he's all like, "Oh, take me instead," doesn't he? And like, I just take me. And then you think it pauses. You're like, "Oh, that was it." And then they laugh and just throw the little girl down the thing. And then he does a big, like, he apologizes and is like, "Oh, that's what it is. He needs to say sorry."
He just needed to say sorry, right? Happy ending.
And then no, he just gets kicked into the portal of hell, and he's just like falling and falling. And then you get this kind of him waking up.
It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
Well,
it was just a dream. Al.
So what do you think of the ending? So the ending is he wakes up. It was all a dream, or it looks like it's all a dream. It's Christmas Day. He goes downstairs. Everyone's happy. Everyone's there. They're all being nice to each other. There's a kind of soft focus tint over the scene,
which is suspicious. It's like the end of
Yes.
Carrie, isn't it? And it's like the end of Nightmare on Elm Street as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So everything's too perfect.
Yeah, and then he opens his present, which is the bell, and you kind of do this brilliant zoom out of the window, and you see that his house is in a snow globe, which is on Krampus's, like in his lair with all these other snow globes, loads of other snow globes, and it's like, it zooms all the way out, and it's like he's been captured. So I see, because I didn't know, because there's a couple of theories about what that ending means.
Are they in a perpetual Christmas? Is that it? Do they just get
Christmas
forever?
It's whether it's good or bad, basically. There's theories to whether that ending is a good or bad ending. So there's a theory that they're now, trapped and condemned to repeat that morning forever in hell. That's a bad
That'll
ending.
teach them. Yeah,
or
that's not very nice.
They've been given a second chance, but they're being watched by Krampus. So they're given another chance to live, but they are being observed by Krampus. So they're not.
So it's almost like a spyglass rather than
them being trapped. Yeah, and in fact, actually, although no one would really say which was the real one, there's the tie-in comic book Shadow of St. Nick confirms the happy ending is the true one. Krampus is willing to give people a second chance as long as they prove they've learned their lesson. Unlike his grandmother, Max was brave enough to confront Krampus and prove he's learned his lesson, which is why his family are returned to him. But the grandmother didn't have a family returned to her because she didn't face Krampus in the end. So the kind of tie-in stuff to it says that it is a happier ending. I don't know. I like to think of it as being a mucked up ending that they're just trapped. I quite like that.
I did initially because that's exactly what I thought. I thought they're just trapped there forever, and wow, what a dark ending! That's quite a horrible ending to a Christmas film.
And I prefer that. I think you can have that if you want. I think that's I think it's fine if you want to have that. And then you get a really good, get a final jump, don't you? You do get a bit of a jump scare at the end, which is good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what would have been nice is if Krampus could have been a bit more, explanatory. He could have said, "Look, I'm going to throw you down here. You're going to wake up, right? But I'm going to keep an eye on you. I'm going to keep an eye on you. So,
I think he might be a bit less scary if he did a big exposition at the end of the film.
Yeah.
Sat him down and said.
Either that or just, I don't know. Just a little something. Help us out. I mean, the worst thing is there's no, as far as I'm aware, there's no plan for a sequel. Not that it needs.
I think there've been there might have been some spin-off like a comics and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think there was it's weird that they didn't make a sequel considering how popular it was. You'd have thought they would make. This feels like the kind of film you would make a sequel to. Sadly not. I don't know. I think it could have worked. I think there's worse films they've made sequels to.
We've got 3.5 minutes left.
Oh wow!
I think we're doing well for time at the moment. That's good.
We did very well this time.
Can relax.
I mean, should we go into? I mean, I've got some love horror links. Do you want? Have you got any more trivia you wanted to share?
I was just thinking, is there any more trivia about it? It came in at number 2 when it opened in the box office. So it did really well actually for a Christmas film, particularly a Christmas horror film. It was only behind Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 2. So, and I think, I mean, it's not so much of a bit of trivia as such, but I think it's definitely worth sort of thinking about that. This is probably, even though, a lot of people enjoyed it and maybe forgot about it for a while, it has achieved a bit of a cult following. And I think now it has become one of those kind of Christmas tradition films that people want to watch every year. So it's done really well to make its way into that because there are a lot of Krampus films out there. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, I've not seen any of the other ones. I've seen films with Krampus in, which might end up coming into your links, but there are a lot of Krampus titled films out there. And
were they,
none
were they
of the
after
others
this?
are any good.
Were they after this?
Around and after.
Yeah.
So,
So
just
it is funny actually because this is a decent cast. You've got quite a lot of comedy actors in this, but known actors, and it is interesting because they obviously, I know it didn't cost much, but they were willing. Universal and Legendary were willing to put an amount of money into this without really knowing whether it was going to be successful or not. So, well done. It's got good production values. Can see where the money's been spent. On the sets. The soundtrack's really good. There's a brilliant the Carol of the Bells. There's like a Krampus Carol of the Bells in the credits.
Yes,
where they changed the lyrics.
Don't they?
Yeah, I love that. That's really good. I really love that. That's really good.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think you can see the money. It's one of those films where you can see where the money was spent in a good way, and the fact that it did really well as well. I think that's quite good. I mean, hopefully,
the
it's
cast
one of those
is
films
amazing.
Where, very good. And it's that
but then
thing
he
of
managed
having
to get a good cast for Trick or Treat as well. So people have put a lot of trust in him. Somehow he's managed to all the way through, get the right balance and stuff, and get the money behind him.
I think it's one of those films that shows that sometimes you can get comedy actors in horror. They do very well. You would think it wouldn't work, but it does actually work. Their comedy actors are actually a lot better actors than you think sometimes. Comedy is hard, and the fact that they're kind of doing both things. There's a lot of emotion in this. There's a lot of stress in this. There's a lot of people being yelling and screaming and losing their kids and their families and stuff like that. But it's not unconvincing. It doesn't feel cheesy, does it? It's you do believe it. You do believe the relationships, I think. And as the film goes on, really the adults kind of all start to like each other a lot more, don't they? Like the two sisters, Toni Collette and her sister, that they kind of start getting along more. The two dads get along more. Like it's it's like
They
they kind of come
remember,
together.
Yeah, what's important ultimately.
Yeah.
Which is a nice message for most Christmas films, really, isn't it? But
Yeah.
oh,
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
no, I'm impressed. We've done
Wow.
well this time.
We did
I
it.
think
We did it.
We've come nice. We've finished talking about the film. We're going to talk about a few links there now. Like what if you like this, what else would you like?
So I've got it's a film called Rare Export. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So there is a full review on Love Horror, but it's set in Lapland. It's about it's not Krampus, but he has this ancient book of Christmas folklore, which kind of seems to say Santa isn't what you think Santa is. It's a bit different, and there's also this mining going on as well. And it's a very odd film. It's very, I'm not being rude. It's a very European.
That's one of your
film.
favourites, isn't it?
I do really like it. It involves
as a Christmas horror, right?
Yeah, it is one of my favourites. It does involve naked Santas. It is very weird, and it is quite scary. Yeah, and it's a 15, but it is actually a really good it is a really good Christmas film as well, and it's very different, and it's kind of oddball, but bit of real drama in there, but kind of oddball elements that sit really well against this kind of fantasy elements as well, and magic, and it really does work. It's very worth seeing. If you've never seen it, worth checking out, definitely. I've got Violent Night on here. Did you see Violent Night when it came in?
Yeah, I like Violent Night as well.
I really like that. I thought it was better. I watched that last year, and it was way better than I thought it was going to be. It was really good fun. It's basically just Die Hard with Santa, isn't it? I mean, how can you get who could not like that?
Which is good because Die Hard's already a Christmas film, right? So
exactly,
ultimately, half the work was done.
I think maybe where I agree with you with where Krampus maybe fails is it's not funny. It's not like laugh out loud funny. Whereas Violent Night is kind of laugh out loud funny. And if you like gore and you kind of find that kind of thing funny, it's definitely got that. And it's like, it's David Harbour as Santa, and he's kind of, there's a cheesiness of him taking people out with like Christmas decorations and stuff like that. It's got a lot of legs. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you know what? It's been a while since I've watched that, rewatched it, and this year's going to be the year I do it. So
good.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, you should. Another one I watched last year that I loved is It's a Wonderful Knife. Have you seen that?
Oh no, not.
So it's like it's a slasher movie based on It's a Wonderful Life, and it's a small town where there were these murders by this kind of serial killer called the Angel, and I think the main girl, her best friend was killed, but the killer was like unmasked, and the killing stopped, and years later she's like, everything's mucked up, she can't get over the trauma of what happened, she's just like, her life is terrible, so she wishes she'd never been born, but by wishing she'd never been born, the killer basically succeeds and carries on. So when she comes back to the town, it's been years, but the murderer is still, the guy's still stalking and killing people in the town. So the town has gone to this kind of twisted, darker version.
Wow.
And it's exactly the same. She has to go around, try and convince people that she's from this alternate reality and all that. And it's a good slasher film. It's a good Christmas film. It's a bit, it's just, it's I don't think it's got it. It's got the guy in it out of he was in Tusk, and he's in he's
Barbarian.
in Wrong
and
Turn.
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers, that's
Jeepers
it. Yeah, not
Creepers.
Wrong Turn. Jeepers Creepers, him. That guy.
He's
I think
on the
he's
tip
in
of my
it.
tongue, and I can't remember his name.
He's great. He's really good in
Our
it.
listeners right now will be shouting at the out there.
Sorry,
out loud.
But he's in it. He's like he's the main famous person in it, but he's in it. That's really good. Anna and the Apocalypse. Have you seen that?
No, I've not seen that either.
Oh, so again,
is it good? Is it good though?
It's not brilliant.
It's good.
It's not bad.
A zombie movie, right? Christmas zombies.
Yeah, so it's a Scottish Christmas horror musical about a schoolgirl who wants to leave her small town, but then a zombie apocalypse happens at Christmas, and she has to fight our way through it. There's a full review on Love Horror. It's not brilliant. I think if if there's anyone listening out there who's like a teenagers, a teen audience, I think it's a good one for people kind of teenagers or younger horror lovers, because they'll associate with the main characters quite a lot. The songs are not bad in it. They're not brilliant. They're not bad. Like it's something different. I think if you're looking for something a bit different, I think that's definitely
very different.
Yeah.
Don't usually get musicals with zombies in.
What do I think of them, or how many are there?
No, you don't usually get those.
No, you don't.
I mean,
usually,
maybe
no.
that. Name me 3. I can't. 1.
No, I can't. I can't name. No, I can't. I'm sure they're out there though. They must be out there. People love zombies. My only other one I've got, and it is linked to this quite heavily, is the Inside Number 9 Christmas special, The Devil of Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So that
you
is
love
basically,
Inside Number 9.
I do
you?
like Inside Number 9. That is it's a really, really clever one. Without saying too much, it's the director's commentary of an old 1970s horror TV series, and the episode is about Krampus. So you're watching this 1970s TV horror thing, and you get the director's commentary over the top of like, oh, we were making this, and so it's like that's the kind of setup of it. But the story is a Krampus.
I've not seen that.
It's really good. Yeah, Devil of Christmas it's called. It's very good, very worth seeing, and Krampus related.
Really good.
Yeah. Have you got
a bunch of stuff I need to watch this year? Then, I suppose you've given some amazing ones there. I don't know if I can top any of those, but I suppose what I would say to anyone who has watched Krampus or is thinking about watching Krampus, if you haven't seen Trick or Treat, it's not a Christmas film.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you haven't, you should definitely check that out because
100%.
It's pretty much a perfect anthology.
It's great.
I think.
Yeah, it's great. And you know, hey, if they want any other tips of Christmas horror films, there's a Love Horror Top 10 Christmas horror films on our website.
Top 10
Go
horror
check
films.
it out.
Christmas horror films, yeah. True.
Christmas. Got some pretty big hitters in there. Pretty sure Gremlins is in there. I'm sure you'll find the ones that, most people know. They're all in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, check
Gremlins
that out too.
Yeah. So the big question is, Al, your verdict on this film. What you thought of it and what you'd score it.
Yeah, so I think Christmas horror films are quite hard to do. I think that a lot of Christmas horror films can be very gimmicky. I personally didn't like Terrifier 3 because I didn't think the Christmas element of that worked. I thought it just became, it's just everything you've seen, but it's Christmas related. And I find Christmas horror, when all you're doing is repeating the same thing you would, but there's, he kills him with a Christmas tree, or he kills him with a candy cane, or he kills him with a tinsel. Yeah. I find that a bit boring. I think you need to innovate more. I think if you want that, you go right back to things like Black Christmas or what's the really, really famous one with the mall Santa, that one. There's some very old like 80s great slasher films, Christmas related ones. You go to that. I think modern Christmas horrors can be gimmicky, and I think Krampus, by using these ancient traditions, by using this paganism in a Hollywood film, I think that's interesting. I love all the creations, the killer toys and stuff. I think there's a bit of a I think there's maybe a bit of a weird negative or worrying message within this film of, and unfortunately you get it in a lot of American films where Adam Scott is this kind of quite like liberal, like city dad.
No,
and
it's a bit
then the other
political,
guy,
isn't it?
Yeah, the other guy turns up and he's got his guns in the car, and you got to protect your flock, and like a shepherd needs to protect his flock and all that, and then everyone basically by the end of it, everyone's got guns, even Tony Collette, and the guns are like what saves them, and by being the
American
you need to be
way,
a man,
baby.
and I don't like that element of it. I think that's a bit. But then, as I say, that's in a lot of American films, and you can't escape.
America has a very strong gun culture, and it seems to even creep into Christmas films, which is slightly worrying.
Yeah,
because most Christmas films, if you think about it, have a gun involved. Like,
it's true.
Like even to comedy value, even if it's just the BB gun that Kevin uses to defend his house.
Yeah, true.
It's surprising how much that happens in American films.
Yeah.
But yeah. No,
but
so how would you score it out of 5?
Yeah, I think I would give it. I think it would. It's not a 5-star for me. I think we're going to go 3.5 to 4. Probably 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd say probably a 4
like
because
that.
I do like it and I think it is important, and I do think that you're right. It did kind of kickstart this Krampus thing, which a lot of other people then copied but did badly. But I do think, and I just think the creature design alone is what I'd forgotten how good the monsters look in this. They really look good.
Yeah, they're really
and
good.
they are kind of disturbing. I like the figure of Krampus as a villain. I do think that's a really good iconic horror villain. But what about you?
Definitely.
What's your kind of summary? What's your thoughts?
I would agree with the score, so I'm going to work in reverse. So I was definitely thinking of 4, but it's funny because as films go, it might not be 4 worthy, but as Christmas horror films go, it's definitely up there because there's lots of Christmas horrors. There are loads of Christmas horrors. Lots of people try and cash in on Christmas and horror. A lot of them are old, which this isn't very old, obviously. A lot of them are bad, and a lot of them are old and bad. So, like, for this to be like relatively new and pretty good is like does put it, head and shoulders above most of them. Krampus is a great character. Obviously, been ripe for horror film for a long time. That's worthy, and this is worthy of that. And anything with Toni Collette in, she's just
really
fantastic in whatever she does.
Yeah,
I love
she's really
Adam
good.
Scott as well because. He's in Step Brothers, which is one of my favourite comedy films, which I can watch endlessly, and he's really funny
He's
in it.
He's in God, what is it called?
Severance.
I did write it down.
Is that what you're going to say?
He's in Severance. He's in another horror comedy, which I watched last Halloween, in fact, called Little Evil. It's like a kind of riff on Damien, basically. It's like this. They have a kid, and he's Satan, basically. Yeah. It was quite funny, but I think he's quite good. He's a good, he's quite good.
So in a similar vein to Krampus, is it that kind of a vibe?
It's like a comedy horror, it is a comedy horror, but around the kind of like the kind of Omen style idea, more that.
One slightly negative thing about this film, I would say, like it's the one thing that does take it away from being perfect and getting a really good score, is that I think it probably does spread itself a bit too thin because of the amount of characters. It's got a lot of characters in it,
it's
and
true.
it does that typical thing that many films that try to appeal to lots of people, mass audiences, where you go off, and TV shows actually, where you go off and you've got lots of different sort of side missions going on that are all going to join to accomplish one central goal. And this does that a bit, but it kind of, I think it just kind of, it just means that it's harder to get really engaged with characters individually, where you don't get to know them all that well. So when they do go, you're not that fussed.
No, you're not bothered.
Which can be a bit of a drawback.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
But good film. So as it's Christmas, and as you did such a good job Halloween for Halloween 3
quiz.
Season of the Witch.
I did a quiz for you. Yeah. Okay.
You did a quiz. You quizzed me up, and you gave me some really good hard questions.
Oh no!
I thought I'd go ahead and put together some quiz questions.
Oh, I don't want it to be hard.
Sadly, well, here's 2 things. Sadly, it's not as clever an idea as a quiz. It's just a straight up quiz that's related to Christmas horror.
Okay.
And another thing that's come, because guys, we do this completely, like blind. Like Alex and I haven't talked about the quiz, the questions.
Have I named
before this
half
podcast.
the films that you were talking about?
You may have already talked about some of the films. So, without giving too much away.
I've given myself clues.
You've given yourself clues. I think I will be very surprised if you don't get 10 out of 10. They're 10 questions.
Oh, wow.
Everyone at home listening, watching, play along, see if you can get 10 out of 10 too.
Okay.
And if Al doesn't get 10, then we'll have a good laugh at him at the end, because you should do.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
I'm not going to time it.
Okay, no, don't.
So, in the original 1974 Black Christmas, which actress who later played Lois Lane in Superman appears as one of the sorority house residents?
Margot Kidder. Is it?
Amazing.
Okay,
Beautiful. Yep, that's one. You keep the score. That's one.
Okay.
Hold out your fingers or something. There's no techie way of keeping the score. In Gremlins, this is another easy one. In Gremlins, what are the 3 rules that must be followed when caring for a mogwai?
Don't feed them after midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get them wet.
Yep.
Oh no, what's the 3rd one? Feed them optimism. Don't get them wet. I don't like bright lights. I didn't think it was to do with the light, though. Is it to do with the light? Is it light? It's think about bright lights.
Yep. Sunlight.
Sunlight.
Yeah,
Oh, sunlight. That's it.
yeah,
Yeah. Right, good.
Well, sunlight. They don't like light
Okay.
anyway. But yeah, that's good.
No.
You made it. That's good. Good too. Make sure you keep your fingers. Keep the finger score.
Got to.
Which Christmas horror film was banned from cinemas in the US after its initial release?
Oh, have I said it already? No.
You may have talked about it, but I don't
Christmas
think you've
horror
mentioned its
film?
name.
Oh.
If you need a clue,
Oh,
I might give you a clue.
Yeah, give me a clue. What's the clue?
It was in the 80s. This film was released.
I think it's the one I was talking about with the mall Santa one, and I can't remember the name of it.
Maybe.
Oh God, what is it called? It's like it's either some terrible pun or like you better watch out or something like that.
Oh.
Is it
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's it. Oh, yeah, okay.
I think you were thinking of maybe Christmas Evil, which I don't know. Which I
I
think
might
Christmas
have been
Evil was
thinking
also
Christmas Evil.
called. I don't know. I hope I'm not spoiling it. I've not mentioned Christmas Evil anywhere, so I hope not. Anyway, but yeah, I think it was mainly it was the reaction that caused the kind of. So it's more people coming out and being shocked at this kind of very Christian holiday having something evil associated with it.
No,
anyway, question 4: What does Jack Skellington hold? What title does Jack Skellington hold in Halloween Town in the film A Nightmare Before Christmas? What is he? What role does he play?
The mayor, isn't he? He's the mayor of Halloween Town. Is he not?
No, he's not.
Or is he the king?
No.
The king of Halloween Town? No?
Is it the Pumpkin King? I'll take the king. He's the king of Halloween Town. The Pumpkin King.
Right. Yeah, okay. Oh, God, I haven't watched that
That's
for
good
ages.
No,
is that a Christmas film
for you to
or
watch.
Halloween film?
Yeah, both.
It's
both.
Okay.
That's what I say. It's the one of the very few films that is a both Christmas and Halloween.
You're allowed
film.
to watch it both times a year. Okay, fair enough.
Everyone out there, twice a year, please.
Twice a year, watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
Which recent Christmas action movie stars an actor best known for his role in the Stranger Things franchise?
Got it. Violent Night. Got it. I did say this one.
Darn you and your research beforehand. Okay. Which Christmas horror movie famously made members of the audience throw up in an early screening?
Oh, throw up. Oh, Terrifier 3.
Yes.
Okay.
We've talked about this more than once now on podcasts. I thought it'd throw you because you'd be like, it's not a Christmas, but you just said it was.
No. I'd already. I remember. We were given sick bags when we went to see it. In fact, it wasn't at Christmas.
Didn't use
though,
them,
was
sadly.
it? No.
It came out in October, I think. But
did it?
yeah, it was intended as a Christmas release. I think.
Okay.
In some areas. Okay, this one's quite a hard one. I'm not sure if you get this.
Okay.
The star antagonist of the 2005 horror comedy Santa's Sleigh is played by Bill Goldberg. Outside of acting, what is Bill best known for?
Is he the voice of something or no? No. Can I have a clue?
I'll give you a clue. It's a sport. Actually, I think he's been involved in more than one sport, but there's one sport in particular that he was famous for before that film.
Oh, like baseball, American football? No, I don't know.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
He's a wrestler. Yeah, I think WWE and WCW.
That makes sense. They love the acting. Oh, now you're saying
wrestler,
it. I've heard of him. Yeah, I've heard of him.
It is a sport. It's real.
It is a sport. It's not. It's not all made up. It's not pantomime.
Okay, you'll like this one as well. Let's see how much you love Rare Exports. Which country produced Rare Exports, making it one of the most internationally successful horror films to ever come out of that nation?
Is it Lapland? I thought it's set in Lapland. Is it not made by people from Lapland?
Lapland's not a country. Lapland's a part of a country.
Oh, God,
which country? Looking for the country.
No, I don't know. Where is it from?
Finland.
Finland. Oh, Yeah.
which is where Lapland is. So you were so
my geography's
close.
not good. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So close.
I'm sorry, Finnish listeners.
You get ready for the next quiz. You'll just get a globe out. Which future American Pie star appears in Jack Frost, the horror film, not the Michael Keaton comedy one? Comedy family film.
Oh, I used to love that film.
So, which future American Pie star appears in Jack Frost in one of her earliest film roles?
Is it Mira Saviri? Not her.
No.
Mira Saviri.
Afraid not, no.
Oh God, what's the other? Is it the flute one? Is it her? No, not the one with the flute.
Do you want a clue?
Yeah, I do want a clue.
She's appeared in a few horror films and even a parody. She's been in Scary Movie. She starred in Scary Movie as well.
Oh God. Oh, what's her name? No, it's gone. I know you mean. I know it is. I can see her. I can't remember her name.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Oh yes,
Shannon Elizabeth.
Yeah,
So,
I do remember. I used to have that VHS. I wish I still had it. The VHS of Jack Frost, and it had like a it had a thingy like a hologram, and the nose when you moved it, the nose you could.
Yeah. It looked really it looked
good.
more evil, didn't it, when you like moved it or something?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Was it sort of looked evil and then it looked even more evil?
Yeah,
when you
kind of
tilted
like
it or
its
something?
mouth open. I've done very badly on this quiz.
I've lost count of the scores, so God knows.
I think I've only got half of them right.
Got one more question. Question 10.
Okay.
Finish strong, Al. Come on, you can do it. We're all rooting for you.
Okay.
The 2022 horror, The Mean One, features a twisted take on the Dr. Seuss character, the Grinch.
Yeah.
The actor playing the Mean One is best known for playing which other horror character?
Is it the bloke? Art the clown. Is it him?
Yay!
Yes.
It is. It's David Howard Thornton.
And he also played the mouse in
Screamboat.
Screamboat.
Yeah,
That's
Screamboat.
it,
Yeah,
Oh,
he did. Yeah,
there
he
you
loves
go.
playing
Phew.
characters. So well done. You ended
Phew.
on a high. That's
I
good.
think I only got
that
half
means you
right
get your
on.
Christmas wish.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what that is, but
I wish we'd carry on this podcast forever.
Well, that has beautifully taken us over the hour mark for the half hour of horror. I have lost track of what we might even be doing next month. So
I can
what
tell
are you
you,
hoping
we're doing Terror Train 1980.
Terror Train. Is that the one that stars Jamie Lee Curtis?
I believe it is. I don't think I've ever seen Terror Train.
So that's going to be a treat.
Good.
So
we're
going to watch that over the Christmas holidays, go in blind,
for January.
and then we're going to come back, hopefully with a post-Christmas classic to share with everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Something from the 80s. We haven't had a bit of an 80s movie, 80s horror. That's where it's at, definitely.
So a bit more retro.
Yeah, good to do something we've not seen as well.
Exactly, man. Totally. I'm really looking forward to it. But thank you for coming down to this Christmas podcast, everyone, and you, Al. Thank you for joining me for this.
Thank you.
And for giving me. It was so much nicer to be the quizzer than being quizzed.
Yeah, I bet it was.
The power.
It's very stressful. I don't think I'm ever going to do a quiz again because it's too stressful to get them back in my face. I don't want that. I will never quiz you again, I promise. And this is particularly
keep them coming.
fitting. Yeah, okay.
Keep them coming.
Yes. Thank you for loving horror as much as we do, listeners. Remember to send us some suggestions of films. As we said, we're open to something we haven't ever watched before, or just check our site out, see what we haven't reviewed, and we'll maybe give it a watch. Some classics, good if they're seasonal, as we like a bit of that. But yeah, we'll be back in January for more horror, and in the meantime, have a merry Xmas. Or horrible holidays. I don't know.
Have a great Christmas, guys. Enjoy it, and
Christmas.
hopefully it's a bit creepy,
Christmas.
and Christmassy.
Creepy Christmas. Have
Good night,
a creepy
guys. See you
Christmas.
in the new year.
Bye.
Hey.